I was blessed in Dallas to play golf with George Bush. And I rode in his cart for 9 holes. I asked him, how do you handle your day? Like, you're the president of the United States. Like, what time do you get up? Do you work out? How do you return phone calls? He would write, I think, 5 handwritten notes a day. I've got one on my wall here in my office. You know, how do you manage requests? How do you delegate? How do you manage your staff? It was pretty cool to have that conversation with him.
Yeah. Any insights to that convo that you can share with us? Any takeaways that you had?
Well, I think most good leaders have a routine and have good people around them. And one thing he did, he got up and worked out every morning. I don't do that very well. I'm trying to get into a routine of walking at lunch because I don't really care to get up early and work out. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I realize the necessity of it. But the routine, the delegation, I think all good leaders delegate. A friend of mine in one of my Vistage groups talks about, can you do it in 10 minutes? If not, can you delegate it? If not, schedule it. It's prioritization. It goes back to things. What do you do? What are the 3 things you do well, you like to do, that you need to do for your business to be successful? Delegate the rest of them. When I was a head basketball coach, I like to plan practice, strategize. I like to recruit, and I like to raise money. I did not like basketball camp. I did not like getting involved in, the making sure kids followed up and went to class and checked on their grades. Now, that was important. I had somebody else do that. Camp was important. I had somebody else do that. They reported to me. I got updates, but I wasn't doing that. Recruiting, coaching, raising money, I was the point man on that. And that gave me energy. There's things that we can do, but we don't like to do, that suck the energy out of us. So as the boss, you get to augment the skills that you are good at with the ones you're not or don't like by hiring people, bringing them on your team that have that skill set. And I think that's an important part of team building. Patrick Lencioni spoke at our Vistage Chair World a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about, building a team and basically augmenting your skill set with other people that fill in the gaps.
Yeah,
you've been a football coach. You've been a football coach. You can't have a team of quarterbacks. You better have some linemen. You better have a running back. You better,
And this is interesting because as you're talking, I'm thinking of a coaching staff, right?
Yes.
Like you're talking about people that have certain strengths, maybe that they're not as strong as other places. And this goes back to a leader hiring for those specific things. And I think, you talked about questioning why, or looking at why we're doing things. And I think a lot of times we fall into this routine of, well, it's been successful in the past. Oh, well, we did this at Kansas. We did this at Davidson. This is just what we do. Instead of taking a step back, does that always have to be driven by the leader? Or do you think that has to be built into the culture of that coaching staff?
Whoa, I think you just answered the question. I mean, the leader, if the leader's not open-minded, it ain't happening. Right? You could have assistants saying, hey, coach, what about this? What about that? And if he shuts it down, it ain't happening. He's got to invite the curiosity. Hey, guys, how would you guard this pick and roll situation? Or, I've had assistants come to me and saying, hey, I think we should do this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm open to it. I can't digest it now. Our season's starting in a month. Let's table that till the off season. You come up with a reason why we should do it, and I'll listen. But now's not the time. Now, they may say, what about this drill, coach? I saw this drill on a video, or, I know somebody else uses this drill. I've gone to another practice. Maybe that's something to say, okay, I like that drill. You run it. You run the drill. Help me understand it, but I don't know I don't understand it inside and out. You run the drill. So you delegate, and that empowers them. And now if it doesn't go well, you can't crush them. You got to say, what did you learn from this? How can we get this better? Because I think that's a mindset. It's not what happens to you, it happens for you. So when you fail, and coaches fail in games, they fail in practices, what did you learn from it? It's not, oh my gosh, you stink. I can't believe, Evan, you brought that drill to practice. It's my fault. Because one, I hired you, two, I allowed you to do the drill. So I didn't either go through it, I didn't ask enough questions, or you just maybe froze up. All right. It's like somebody missing a big foul shot at the end of a game. What are you going to do? Let's practice it. Let's do it again. How can we make this better? That's going to create loyalty in you towards me. That's going to energize you to want to grow and learn. And it's going to want the other coaches to feel the same way too, as opposed to if I said, Evan, you dummy, I can't believe you brought that piece of crap drill to me. You think anybody else is going to bring a new idea to me? No.